Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I am so excited to be here with you on this Wednesday afternoon. And we're doing the 1, 2, 3 challenge. And my 1, 2, 3 challenge looks different than last time, but I'm going to share with you what we're doing. So my one is one stamp set. And so I went with the Sunset Coastal Bundle. And this has dies, and it also has stamps. So that's my one stamp set that I have. My two is the two colors. And this time I went with Blueberry Bushel and Balmy Blue. Excited. And for my last, I have 3 colors that I'm working with. One, I put white down as just a filler, and sometimes you just need to have a white, but I didn't want to include it. So I have Blueberry Bushel, Balmy Blue, and of course the Scenic Coastal 6x6 specialty designer paper. Love this stuff. I've been playing around with this stuff, and it is absolutely fabulous. Look at that shine. And then you have a nice little random color on the back. And this is both blueberry and balmy at the same time. And these are coming out. They're out. Wow, I have to update my information. These are out as of today. They are on. And this is just so beautiful. I love the way that this looks. And there's just so many beautiful colors. And they give you enough to last and to do lots of projects with. And that, of course, is what I have done. So I'm going to get all of this out of my way so I can start sharing with you what we are doing. And for anybody who is on right now, thank you for being here. I love having you. So first of all the dimensions are on my blog. So please go to www.ktstamps.com. And you can find everything that you need. So I'm not going to go over all the colors and everything because I introduced them to you at the very beginning. This is the card that we are doing today. And I just really like this card. It is just nice, easy, and it's such a great fun card. I love fun cards. So I did not show you the inside. Okay, this is... wherever this note finds you, I hope it finds you happy. So that's what I did. I also had some of the seagulls from the dies, and I want to show you the dies. I didn't do that very well. This has just about all the different sayings that you can have that we usually don't have in a lot of our Stampin' Up stuff. Happy anniversary, happy retirement, congratulations. I hope this finds you happy. The adventure continues, you brighten my day. I mean, stuff like that's fun. And then you have, I'll turn this back over, you have a nice little lighthouse. You have a sailboat. You have this shell, sunlight, sunset, random thing that you can throw right into any card that you want. You have your seagulls, you have your rocks, you have your clouds, you have your seashells, sailboats, moon, sun. You have a fence, and this also looks like a net, a fishing net. So that's what you have for these cards. So on these cards, I used our, let me get all this out. I used all our trimmer, and I used our simply scoring. So that's what I did with this. And the top of this has enough room that you can do your insides. Okay, so we're just going to get right into this, and we're going to do some scoring, and you want to get this so it really lays flat. And I did not score it beforehand, so I'm going to give it a score right now. And when I cut all these pieces, I cut them about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the space in between. So that's all I did. And I love the way that this card looks. I just think it looks so nice and so classy. So I have everything ready. We're going to start right now with just the back. I'm going to get out my silicone pad because I will need it. I'm going to just take my tape and lay it down on the back. And this is just a piece of the inside. And I turned the sunset so it was sideways so you could see it. That's the only thing I did different. Okay, as you can see, this 1/8 of an inch barely fits in here. And that's all I really wanted to do. So we're going to start out just like this. We're going to start off, and you can see this is my little sunset that I turned sideways. This is a totally different piece of paper that I use. So I just took 2 and turned them over. I know I hate cutting those, but you know, I just said, I want to do this because I think it looks beautiful. All right, so we have our first page. And again, 1/8 of an inch does not give you a lot to work with. All right, so when we are doing this, we really don't have a lot to work with. And yeah, we're doing the fun little beautiful side. That's what we are stamping. I want to make sure this gets stuck at the top. And so we are alternating our colors of our Scenic. And sometimes this color almost reminds me of Night of Navy. So if you also wanted to do this card in Night of Navy with Balmy Blue or with this cardstock, well worth it. So I am just putting these inside. And again, 1/8 of an inch is not very big. And please make sure that you guys also get the right side. Yes, where you see that beautiful sparkle and shine, that's the side that you're using your tape with. Let me see, I gotta get a little piece right here. There we go. And then we have this. So we have our inside. So everything's ready for the big reveal. So now with this, I want to make sure that this is nice and easy. Now there are 2 different ways you can do that. You can decorate everything, okay, but you're going to decorate them like you're looking at a book. This is all 3 inches, which is the exact same size as this. Reason that I did that was because I found that it did not fit. This did not fit on a less than 3 inch. So I just went for it. And so I just made it as even as the inside. Okay, so it's pretty much flush up against the top with a little at the bottom. And then, hold on a minute, let me see if I can get that off. And then all I did was I put dimensionals on the back of this. And the ink that I used was the Blueberry Bushel. And again, you know, I didn't really go into making this a female or a male card. I just wanted to make a beautiful card, and I wanted to have a fun fold card. And so that was my thinking behind all this. So I'm going to put this down at the bottom. And then I am going to get out my liquid glue, and I'm going to turn these over. And I'm going to put some liquid glue on it, and then I'm also going to add my tweezers with this. And again, you just want a little bit of glue. Come on, baby. And I'm sorry if I'm quiet. And just a little bit of glue all over. This is such a great card. I really like how this looks, and I like that there's so many, different ways you can have fun with it. All right, so my first one, I just wanted to put one down. Now, I also brought in my my embossing, my embossing buddy, because I found that I got I wonder why I've stopped. I do not know what is going on with my... Looks like I have frozen my screen. And I'm hoping, I'm going to kind of watch both to make sure that my screen has caught up with me. And I'm just going to continue adding my seagulls, but I put the embossing buddy on here so I could take off some of the glue that I have on top of the seagulls, which also get on top of the paper. And I hope that I caught up nicely instead of just jumping ahead, because these are very important to do. And then I have the Sunset Sparkle sequence. And so I got out pretty much the bundle. So we're going to have one big one and two small. And I'm just going to make a little bit of a triangle with them and stick them over on the side. So now here comes the best part, that you will be able to add everything together. You are going to fold this like a book on the inside, and then you're going to stick it in the middle. You want to make sure that where you stick it will be even on both sides. So you may want to just play a little bit with that. And then we're going to take our liquid glue, and we're going to just add some glue on this. And we are going to flip this side and meet it. Okay, then we are going to turn this over, and we're going to flip this down. And then we are going to glue the back of this. And again, we're going to hold it in place as we flip this forward. But then you're saying, Kevon, this doesn't pop out. It will pop out. So as I bring it in this way, I'm going to push it out. So then when it lays flat, it should almost be flat to the side. And it has moved just a little bit. But we're okay. So we got the card that moves. So again, when you want to seal it or when you want to glue it, you need to push the center inside. Otherwise, here you are. And that's our card. Everything you needed on this first card. And it looks so great. I love the way that that card looks. It's just a nice looking card. So now our second card looks like this. And we'll open it. And here's where we'll have our card. But on this one, we have 1/4 of an inch all the way around. For this, again, everything is on my blog, so you got to check it out. We have our piece of the sailboat, and all we're going to do is take out these pieces. And then you are going to get some of that beautiful scenery behind it. So it will just pop right out. And if you want to use something like this for a horizon view, you can. We have our one piece of paper that is 4 inches. And this is the 6x6, and I haven't cut it yet because I'm going to show you how to cut. Here's our 2 pieces that go on the inside. And I do not know what this is. And again, this is already scored for you. Again, I use the Simply Score to do so. And then you need an extra piece. Okay? So, again, everything you need is on the blog. All the dimensions that you need. Now, for this, you need to understand, I'm a big person who believes that if you case somebody, you got to give them credit. Well, Cindy Lee B Designs is the person who created this card. And I loved it so much. Even though I may have changed the paper, I may have changed the look a little bit, I just really like the way that this looks. Now, at the beginning, I happened to get some type of something on my sailboat. And when I used my eraser, some of the top part of the cardstock came off. So I just added 2 little, what are these, sequences there so you couldn't see the little mark that I made. But otherwise, all I'm going to do is have 3 on the side. This is Cindy, and I think it's Brumbaugh. So Cindy, thank you so much for this beautiful card, and I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad that I can share this with everybody else. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, here we have our card. I have not had a chance to go ahead and add creases. And you really want to crease it well, and you want to crease it both directions. And then the same with the next one. And then you want to crease it well. Okay, so this is our card. And when you look at our card, what you want is that you want to fold it so this is going out and this is going in. So you have a nice little upside down 7, backwards L, but that's how we are going to use this. Before we get started, we have our piece of Balmy Blue. And it is going to be flush up against, it's 4 inches at the top, or 4 1/4 at the top. And it's going to be flush with the side. So as I do this, I want to make sure that I get this cardstock up against the side, and it's going to be flush with it. So I'm just going to bring it out and even it up. Oops. And I don't know if you can see, all I'm doing is putting it even, and then I'm going to tap it to make sure that it is even on the sides. There we go. I kind of had to stretch it out just a little bit. So here's the way the card lays, here to here. Okay, so that's what we are looking for. As our card is laying up, so again, it ends up being, oh, maybe I did this wrong. Maybe it needs to go this way, my bad. Short end, and then we have long, and then we have the longest. So it lays this way. The fold is closest to the right side. All right, glad I got that one right. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to cut our paper. And we're going to bring in the cutter as soon as I find it. And we are going to I want to make sure it stays on. It's going to plop off. We're going to cut at 7/8 of an inch, and that is 2 ticks away from the 1 inch. All right, so we're going 7 1/8. And then we are going, and keep these in order, then we are going to 3 1/4. And then, and it should be on this side, and then we are going back to let's go to, I think we're going 1 inch. We're going to go to 1 inch. And the other one is going to be to 7/8. And that's going to give us everything that we need. Okay, do you see that? So that's how we use our 6-inch designer series paper. And then as we lay it out, we have 7/8, we have 3 1/4, we have 1 inch, and then we have 7/8. All right, so we're going to use the glue because it's going to help us just a little bit with just the movement of the card. So if we need to move it just a little bit, we can. We're going to put the orange towards the top, and whoa. There we go. And you can see I have a little glue down there, so all I'm going to do is take my embossing buddy and put it down there. Now, if I need to, I can go in and do a little bit of doctoring of my glue. Sometimes you have to wait for it to dry a little bit more. So now we have orange again at the top, and we are putting the 3 1/4 on the big flap, okay, on the front. And again, we don't need a lot of glue on this. And we're going to measure it so it's the same all the way around, about 1/4. So you can look and see how beautiful it is. We're going to, again, as we open it, we're going to add the inch onto the side. Again, remember to have the orange up as we just glue it towards the side. And then, as we close it one last time, we have the 7/8 on the far side. And then we're just going to even everything out to make sure that you can see some continuation. And it looks like it's one whole part of the scenery. And Cindy, this is so beautiful. Absolutely love it. All right, so here we're just going to add our Hope It Finds You Happy. I hope it finds you happy. Love that saying. I just am really into happiness right now, and I'm looking for as much happiness and joy as I can find. So this card is just absolutely beautiful to me. There we go. Love the saying, wherever this note finds you. I love that. And then this goes over here at the other side. So you can write whatever you want on this card. And that's the biggest part of the card. So now we come back in and we pull out our little die. And our die, you want to make sure that the die is even from the top and even at the bottom. And again, I hope you guys are loving this card as much as I do. So we are just going to glue the outsides. You don't really, for me, I didn't want to glue down the boat because I wanted to give it just a little bit of a dimension. So I stuck a dimensional behind the sail. So that's what I did. And now you are going to try to get it as even as possible from the top to the bottom, meaning that your sailboat should be the last thing down. So here we are with our sailboat down last. So you can see on this that my sailboat pops up just a little. And you can do the same on this. It's just right down there. Love that. Then, taking our sequins, we are going to go from big to small and just adding sequins on the side. Cindy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love this card. Love, love, love this card. So here's our next fun fold. This just makes me so happy. I love this card. So anyway, I hope you guys are having so much fun. Like me. Tell me how much this means to you to have some fun fun folds with a great stamp set. And you get a chance to just have some fun on your Wednesday afternoon. Pull out your stamps. Get what you want. Get ready to send some cards out to some people. I have a lot of May birthdays, so this is really important. All right, so that's our second card that we made. So the last one is a technique card, and this is called an eclipse. And you can see by the top that you have flat, some, dimensionals, then flat, then dimensional, flat, then dimensional, all the way. So when you're looking at it, you look like you have a little bit of a dimension that comes to the cards. This is the beautiful lighthouse. And again, I did put a dimensional on the back. I left this float. So you do want to be careful when you put this in the mail. I didn't want to stick it down because it's between two. So these are 1/2 inch. And I have already started. This is what the inside looks like. Put something different in there with a sailboat and wherever this note finds you. I just thought that is beautiful. I cut these small enough so I could have just a little bit of white showing. I cut this smaller because this is 4.25 by 4.25 by 5.5. And that's going to go on the back of the card. And I'm going to do that right now. So the card is smaller, and I just thought I wanted to do something just a little bit different. So that was one of my differents. And it is going to, you're going to try to get it as even as you can. All right, and I've already started these because I knew it was going to take me just a little while. So I have one that is just about 1/8 of an inch away from the side. Tried to make another one 1/8 of an inch. This is exactly the same size, but it doesn't always come out that way. It just you just have fun with it. I want to make sure that I have these going the right directions. So, yes. All right, so this next one, I'm going to add. So this one is going to be one that is glued down. And I did use glue because I wanted to be able to make sure that I could move it just a little bit. And again, I try to get as little amount of glue on here as possible. And I just stuck that down. Now I'm going to do the other one on the other side. So then I can, the one that I adjust then is the one in the middle. So there's 3 that are dimensionals, and then there are 4 that are just the ones that I've glued down. Okay, this one's just going to be a nice big dimensional. It's going to be on top. I had this one. I can't move it much anymore. But I made it just a little bit too big. And you know, you can also do so they are really tight together. I put 4 dimensionals on each one. I think I did 5. I'm sorry, I did 5. And then I tried to get them as close as I could. But the white will also show because of it's a background, and this one pops up. Just taking these dimensionals off, it's going to take a little bit. Okay. And we are there we go. This is what the card looks like. And you can kind of see, you'll notice that it's a little tight, but I also got a little bit too much on these sides. So what can you say? Everybody likes a card that was especially made for them. So anyway, now this is going to go on the lower part of the card, about 2/3. And again, I am doing the exact same thing. Gluing the outside so it stays down. And then I'm going to just put some up. And some is going to lay on the card, some is not. And then I wonder, do I have any? I do have some small ones over here. I may glue a few more down. Whoops. So I have one little dimensional, another little dimensional, and I think I am going to take one more because I want to make sure that the top stays down. And I'm going to just add this on the top. So that's what this looks like. And let me see. So now I'm just taking off the dimensionals. And then I have one more. And then I'm just going to put this on the card. Lower third. So here we go. So that is our card. I like the way that this looks. So now I am bringing back in these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pink. I love the pink. I love the way that these look. So it is just here. I thought about putting one right here, but I thought this may be just a little bit hard to do because there's not really a reflection for the light. And then I know that I have it. And then I have my Winkostella and my alcohol. And I'm going to spray that. And I want to make sure that I get it mixed up. Well. And then you will see it sparkle. And this, as soon as it dries, it will look different. You can see the sparkle up at the top. So that is my technique card. I hope that you like these. Oh my God. This was such a joy for me to make this time. And here is, oh, let's see if I can fit all those in here. There we go. There are the cards that we created this time. Get out your stamps, you guys. You got to get them out. You got to do some stamping. This is too beautiful just to pass up. They're great cards and you can do so much with them. So anyway, I hope that you like them. And I hope you like me. I hope you subscribe to me. And I hope you just had a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous Wednesday with me. So again, my name is Kevon. My website is www.ktstamps.com. I absolutely love creating cards for you. You can see all my little hearts. I love it. All right? So thank you so much for being with me today. Here's just another little view so you can get out those cameras, take pictures. You can case, you know, just know that Cindy's card is right here. And I just hope that you have enjoyed your time with me. So take care, everybody. Have an absolutely fabulous day, evening, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.